that you absolutely want to come to. So please just sign in your name and your email just down below, and we'll remind you and let you know when it is. Unfortunately, we've got a space for just 1,000 people, and if you know, most of our 30-day challenge broadcasts have 2,000 or 3,000 people on them. So please make sure, if you can at all make it, check out, mark it in your calendar, Thursday 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to have a great time. Really looking forward to it. So we'll see you soon. How's this coming out? Getting there. Who thought those Polaroids would be dead? All right, speak soon. Oh. Never do that in public. Eugene Ware, you're safe. There we are. Now, of course, you may be asking, is there an address to sign up to the new webinar? And it is. It is www, not on the screen. Again, sorry, ghetto setup. It's actually 30-day challenge, and put a plus, PLUS. If somebody can pop that up in the chat window as well, you can that would be very good. So you can sign up. It's 8:30 p.m. this Thursday night. It's going to be an awesome presentation. So, okay, let's have a look. Now, let's go. Highlights, 30-day challenge. Couple of little stats as we cut over to our training page. We have had over 150 videos in the 30-day challenge. Over 150. And, it's interesting when you look back from, day 30, day 31, depending on where you are in the world, and you have a look at just how much work and effort has gone into this, and how much work and effort you guys have put in. As I scroll back right to pre-season, check out all that work. Quite extraordinary. Really is. So, let's have a look at the highlights. Now, the biggest thing I should say, particularly as unbelievably, there's still hundreds of you signing up every single day to the 30-day challenge, so there'll be a lot of people who are actually new. The biggest single piece of advice I can give you guys going forward is this, is just dedicate that, whatever time it is a day, whatever time it is a week, whatever period of time you can dedicate this, dedicate it. And then that's when you do, and you get as far along as you can in that time. That's the real trick to this. By doing that, because imagine if we rocked up on day one and you saw all of that, bit of a freak out. But if you do it a step at a time, just do every single step, take that 30 minutes, take that hour, whatever it happens to be, and just chunk it down, you'll get there. Because, unlike, unfortunately, all those infomercials on television and those web pages, which seem to be springing up everywhere about how you can make $250 just by whacking your computer under your pillow and sleeping on it, the reality is, the facts are, that to create a business which is going to generate you money is going to take time and effort. We don't call it the challenge for nothing. But having said that, boy, there was some cool stuff this year, and we've made it even easier for you to build that business and to do that fundamental research. Let's go and have a look. So, here we are. First of all, actually, I want to scroll down to the bottom of the training page to remind you about all the pre-season lessons. We tell you how to drive all of this stuff. And, we do from Ustream, like you're seeing now, to Twitter, using Firefox, using the browser, setting it all up, to getting a Google account, all of these things. But if there's a couple of things that I really want to bring your attention to, are these. First of all, where is it? Google Reader. If there's one thing, and we prove this later on in the challenge, which probably what was the most profound day, which was day 15. Setting up and teaching you how to use Google Reader was absolutely vital. It was a complete revelation when we introduced it last year, and it's just gotten more powerful. And the grand irony was, since I shot this particular screen, this particular video here in pre-season, Google actually made it even better to be able to use, which is just fantastic. And again, as a little reminder, just to show you this, I'm just going to zoom in here. Just do this and then do this. Just remember that you've got your 3 different forms of video, and you right click to download on those. The HD, the SD, the IP versions. The IP version's the iPhone, SD version and HD version are all there. So you can do all of that. Now let's scroll back out here. If there were some favourite lessons in pre-season for me, obviously setting up Market Samurai. It's funny, when we did this video, of course, who knew? Nobody had any idea what was to come in the 30-day challenge. And wasn't, if we talk about highlights of the 30-day challenge, Dr. Anthony Fernando's contribution this year has been nothing short of extraordinary. His doctorate is in a topic that I can't even explain, but he's basically spent the last few years studying how to teach and education and so on, and boy, does it show. Absolutely extraordinary contribution from Anthony, and really appreciate it. And it's funny now looking back at this, how you had no idea what was coming and what was released in this year's 30-day challenge. Okay, let's have a look. Day 1. Who can remember day 1? It seems like so long ago. Now, speaking of cool as heck stuff, let me just scroll in here. Magnify it even a little bit more for you guys. Lisa Hardwell says, I remember it's August 1st. Very funny, Lisa. I don't see this little PDF icon. You can just hear it right on the right hand side. Have you guys seen the transcripts? Dom has done an extraordinary job with these transcripts this year. Just unbelievable. And if you haven't had a look at the transcripts, now is the perfect time to go back and do it. And indeed, in another very, very, very cool innovation, which, by the way, has been recognised by Apple, which I'm very proud of, because Apple have also acknowledged it as being a very clever use, is you can actually subscribe to the PDFs in iTunes and have them all download automatically. And in the next day or so, we'll be turning on the 30-day challenge for 2009. I've got to come up with a good name for it. I can't think of a name. But basically what will happen is new people who arrive on the 30-day challenge and they subscribe, they'll be able to actually just get day 1's content. It's like they're starting from the start, which is fantastic. So the transcripts are just absolutely fantastic. And if there's we talk about highlights of the 30-day challenge, those transcripts have been an absolute superb addition to this year. Just really, really cool. I'd also like to do a special mention to the Canon 5D Mark II, which shot all those glorious, glorious videos for us throughout this year's 30-day challenge. Hey, we're here! Day 1! Can you believe it? I certainly can, because the team here at the 30-day challenge have been working like dogs. Have they ever? I think I look younger then. I think I've aged. I think we all have. By definition, I suppose. All right, let's keep moving on. Day 2. Remember day 2? We introduced Market Samurai and Market Research. In fact, I just recently did the whole delivery of some of the key points in going forward, and I happened to mention that when it comes to market research, I think what you get taught in the 30-day challenge is the best market research, teaching, and strategy for an online business anywhere. And of course, I would say that, but I truly, truly believe it. It really is an extraordinary, extraordinary program, and it's backed up by an extraordinary, extraordinary tool, and that's Market Samurai. You thought I was going to say me. I'm a tool, but not that type of tool. Market Samurai has just been absolutely a revelation this year, and we'll talk about it a little bit more as we go through. But I want to say a huge thank you to the team at Noble Samurai. It has just, they have built this, and of course to Rob Somerville, who's the intellectual powerhouse behind putting together the idea behind Market Samurai. It's extraordinary what those guys have done as a team and put together as a tool. And I think, and who knew in day one what we had. But the point I want to make about this market research is that this is not pulled punches market research. This is, without doubt, the best training on market research that you will see anywhere. If I had a client pay me $10,000, and I do, that is the exact process I put them through, because it's the best way to make absolutely certain that you're not going to waste your time on a niche that's not going to do anything for you. So we had many days, many days of Market Samurai through days 3, 4, and 5. Of course, we introduced all of these amazing tools with the content, the writing articles, and of course, why not mention it here too? What about this bloke? I have that music on my iPod now. Don't you just feel calmer listening to him?
Hello, this is Carl Moore and welcome to another video on the human mindset as part of the 30-day challenge. Now today I'd like to chat about saying yes more and how you can use these 3 simple words to truly change your life.
Good old Carl. Carl Moore was an awesome addition to this year's challenge. And so I realised you probably couldn't see that video. Sorry about that. So it was an extraordinary addition to this year's challenge. Thank you very much, Carl. And now I'll just cut across here. There we are. It really was a superb effort, and I'd like to thank Carl very brilliantly. And you'll notice that he changed his shirts on his videos. I didn't. It's a part of the ritual. All right, let's keep going. WordPress Direct was a sensational, not an addition we had with WordPress Direct this year, but I think the utilization and the integration with Market Samurai this year has been a superb highlight. And a lot of people ask me, why use WordPress Direct? You can set up, free WordPress blogs all over the place. Of course you can. You can, but it's about saving time. For me, this whole, once you get established and once you are putting together your niche and you're putting this together, as you focus and as you get more keywords and you build more keywords, publishing in WordPress Direct saves you an extraordinary amount of time. And for me, that time is extraordinarily valuable. I don't care how good you are at setting up WordPress, it takes a lot longer if you are building everything from scratch. Whereas with WordPress Direct, it's instantly up, which is brilliant. Now, I notice a lot of people asking in the 30-day challenge, what happens after the 30-day challenge? Will my blogs disappear if I don't sign up to WordPress Direct? No. WordPress Direct is a delivery system. And it's also good for selling, as we revealed later in the challenge, which it was even a surprise to me. WordPress Direct for me was this brilliant time saver, and then there's the stats. Now, because I'm really struggling here with setup, I don't have the exact figures, but they are in the order of 46% of blogs set up for this year's 30-day challenge through WordPress Direct hit the first page of Google. Let me repeat that. 46% of blogs that were set up in this year's 30-day challenge, set up with WordPress Direct, hit the first page of Google during the challenge. I don't know what more you can ask for, bluntly, and it's a testament to the process. So that's why I love WordPress Direct, and I think it's been an extraordinary contribution. Apart from, of course, the magnificent integration, which we talked about in day 7 and day 6, day 8 brought another tool which really changed how things work. And that, of course, is the magnificent Traffic Bug. Traffic Bug is, again, a massive time saver. You know, a lot of people equate automation of tools with some sort of scamming or black hat or robots or any of that sort of thing. It's not the case inside the 30-day challenge. It just is not the case. All the tools that we use in the 30-day challenge are all about one thing, and one very legitimate thing, and that is to save you time, because time is money. It's that simple. And Traffic Bug does something which veterans will acknowledge on the chat forum, I'm sure, used to take us 30 minutes every time we publish content. And what it does, it takes that and automates for you. Now, I don't know what 30 minutes of your day is worth, but I know what it's worth to me, and it's a lot. And for Traffic Bug, just to be able to put in that URL, forget about it, boom, it's gone. And of course, integrated with Market Samurai, thank you very much. You can do the whole thing from Market Samurai. Publish it, boom, press a button, boom, off it goes to Traffic Bug, boom, off it goes to WordPress Direct. It's all done for you. You kids don't know how much you're good at it. In the old days, we used to have to walk up a hill backwards 16 miles to do all of this stuff. It used to take us days and days. What takes you seconds. And that's awesome. And that is a brilliant testament to the teams at WordPress Direct. Thank you, Marty. Thank you, Michael at Traffic Bug and all the team there. And of course, Noble Samurai. And just brilliant stuff. Incredible time savers. Allows you to test even more. I know some of you out there have been, as we would say in Australia, tearing off niches at an extraordinary rate. You can absolutely do that. The idea, though, is to find one which really works and then to concentrate and focus on that. Let's continue on. And let's go back to here. Boom. All right, as we moved into day 13 and day 14, what a great week that was. And unfortunately, I think if I pop on there, I don't think... Will this open? I'm going to try this. It's a risk. I'm risking. Nah, it pops up a new window, which is the right thing to do. Nez has set it up correctly. But the extraordinary, just wanted to acknowledge the extraordinary efforts of Michelle McPherson and Caro McCordy in what we call Web 2.0 week here inside the 30-day challenge. We looked at Weebly, Facebook, we looked at all of these different sites, Blogger, WordPress, Squidoo, Hub Pages, eZine articles, all of these places, which quite interestingly, we discovered in past 30-day challenges, and of course they've had their ups and downs with Google, and all of them on the way back, and a lot of you are finding that they've really helped in terms of your overall ranking and throwing out those hooks. Something that I really do want to mention is Kiva. Now, that was a funny day, if I do say so myself. Kiva as a charity has been fantastic, and we had our first 30-day challenge auction, and what I wanted to do, and I'll send an email out about this after the show, is after our first auction, so many people saw it, guys like Jason Moffat and Pete Williams and Rob Somerville, we're going to do something different. You know how you have those nights where you auction off, you go to those nights and you basically auction off men, and they like come and do your housework, or you have to have dinner or all that sort of thing? Well, that's what we're going to do here. Sort of. These guys, a number of incredible, talented people such as Jason Moffat, Pete Williams, Rob Somerville, myself, are going to auction off ourselves. Yes, we're selling our bodies. We're doing it for charity. Boy, I might have to bid myself. But we're going to basically bid off our consultations, and we're going to do a new challenge, a new auction, and that is going live just in a couple of hours. I'll email you all the details. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure Pete Williams has basically agreed to do his consultation on Skype, on video, shirt off, for extra money. If the bids hit over $500 for Pete's consultation, he will do it shirt off. He's told me that. I'm sure that's what you said, didn't you, Pete? I think you did. Yeah, no. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. It's sort of. I'm thinking half Japanese, half English at the moment. So what can you do? But that's an awesome thing for people to be involved in, and Kiva is a wonderful charity. And Pete took us through and explained Kiva. It was just fantastic. So as we go through the 30-day challenge, one thing which really was an absolute surprise to me and quite embarrassing, actually, just for old time's sake, watch is probably one of my most embarrassing intro videos. Now, today, cool day. If you happened to decide that yesterday was a no-go for you, well, we've got a whole bunch of things we can show you what to do if you end up with a no-go result or is not lost. There are plenty of ways to turn all the work you've done into an asset that you may be able to sell, or indeed at least earn a little bit of money to get all your money back on the domain and things like that. So I'm going to take you through that, just as I'm going to put the 12 ball right in that middle pocket. Impressive. Oh dear. I can't tell you, just how many takes did that take, guys, to get me to do that? It must have been, must have been at least 73 takes or something. I just kept getting the ball, in the pocket, time after time after time after time. And that was quite extraordinary. So, somebody's calling me here in Japan. Dewey. Can't believe it. I'll have phones ringing wherever I'm recording this. But it would have been about 70 or so takes to get that level of, to just make it look so naturally incompetent. I can't tell you. It took us 2 hours, 3 hours, something like that. Who knows? All right, let's go. Back to the desktop here. And of course, all the videos are on YouTube this year. And of course, while we're going through shoutouts, and hopefully I'll catch everybody as we go through. How about Andrew Nez and his extraordinary work in what has created a beautiful and highly organized 30-day challenge. He was really the architect of the whole look, feel, and everything that we do here on the challenge, and just an absolutely extraordinary job, Nez. And mate, that iPhone is on me. It's the least I could do. It's just the whole layout this year, the production qualities and everything were just an absolute brilliant thrill. Just fantastic. Really, really good stuff. All right. Now, of course, I don't know if a lot of you saw this, but the new modules in Market Samurai, there were just a bunch of them. But, finding backlinks and putting those all together inside of the 30-day challenge are the most important days. Now, it's good that we're at day 28 because it's such an important day. It really is. And putting together day 28 and day 27 and day 29. This is the thing about backlinks that people missed last year. If there was one thing people missed, it was this right here. This is so important. This is where the magic happens. This is completely the whole deal right here for anything to do with getting free traffic through search engines. It's an extraordinary process. Guru Bob takes you right through it, as well does Anthony in terms of the creating this. Market Samurai's made it super easy for you to do. So all of those things are there, and it just makes it simple. It just makes it simple to do. But please watch, rewatch, watch it again, and then just for one more time, just for thrills, watch it again. Those days are absolutely vital. And I skipped over, and I can't believe I did, pay-per-click advertising. Pay-per-click advertising in this year's challenge was done absolutely brilliantly by Pete Williams. Now, yes, I know most of you know Pete Williams just because he was a failed Clio Bachelor of the Year candidate in Australia, which is a big deal. We were on him until he failed, and then we got off him pretty quickly. That sounded bad. But Pete has actually built an entire business outside of his, PR and all the stuff that you see him do online. Where he actually makes his money is he's built this extraordinary telecommunications business here in Australia, real world business, off the back of brilliant pay-per-click. And he's taking down companies which are literally 100 times the size of him. And so I was really excited to have Pete do pay-per-click this year for you, because he's doing it from real practical experience. He's just it's just not his good looks that got him here to the 30-day challenge, but his extraordinary talent in pay-per-click as well. And the pay-per-click series this year, I think, was absolutely phenomenal. So days 20 through 21 and so on, I think are just absolutely fantastic. They all work extremely well.
I really do want to open a piano bar when I grow up.
I do. Okay, so let's keep going. Day 29 is a little video about learning from mistakes. This is a fantastic little podcast, if I do say so myself. Now make sure you're showing that. Yes, good. It's really worth it. And Danny from Signet May there. Thank you, boys, for playing on the broadcast. And while I think of it, a huge thank you to Phil Mason and his crew for putting together this year's 30-day challenge theme song, which obviously has completely topped. And the amount of effort in everybody who was sending in that and showing it and putting it all together has just been absolutely extraordinary. Thank you so much. And of course, it's still available. If you go to, hang on, let me just bring this up, and I always never put in 2 L's. philmason.com with 2 L's. Hopefully this will come up. Check this out. You can buy the 30-day challenge. You can get it via donation. You can buy the video, and you can buy the MP3, and all profits go to Kiva. So it's another great way of supporting. And hey, it's a cool song. I can't get it out of my head. It's just magnificent. So please, and again, thank you, Phil and his incredible crew, for putting that all together. Again, just another one of the myriad of highlights in this year's 30-day challenge. Now, let's have a look. Day 30, talking about where we go from here. Again, something that's worth having a look at, worth watching. Thank you. Notice the Gabriel amplifier. I'm officially the world's worst indoors guitarist, which is fantastic. So, look, so many highlights this year. So many highlights. And I think, it's about the incredible crew of people. Now, there's another crew of people that I have to absolutely thank, and they're responsible for managing this thing. Forum's an extraordinary place, and this year, we made the challenge of using the forum and moderating the forum a little bit more tricky, because we wanted to make sure people got answers from our partners as quick as humanly possible. So we're trying to encourage people to go to Market Samurai to ask them Market Samurai technical questions. Go to Traffic Bug to ask them about traffic bug questions, and so on and so forth. And people have done that brilliantly, and I'd like to thank you for that cooperation, because we want to make sure that this forum is indeed all about education and all about doing that. And I think the forum moderators, double thumbs up for the extraordinary amount of time, effort, energy that they put in. I won't name them individually because I'll miss somebody, and that'll be a horrific, horrible thing to do. Thank you so much, all of you, for just an extraordinary... They were moderating, they were monitoring Twitter, they were moderating and monitoring new media. It's just an extraordinary effort. I tried to count how many people have been involved in this year's 30-day challenge, and I reckon, I lost count after I hit 30. It is a huge, huge deal to put this together each year, and it's gotten bigger and bigger and bigger, and just like they say with the Olympics, but I think we can say that in absolute truth that this year has indeed been the best year ever. And what I'm even more excited about is the legacy of this year's 30-day challenge. And what I mean by that is, because the materials, the quality, the training, the research, and again, I've mentioned him before, but it's worth doing again, Guru Bob, Rob Somerville, this challenge would not have occurred without Rob. I mean, Rob's the driving force beside researching and putting together the strategy each year. I can't tell you the stress that he goes to make sure that he and his team come up with the best possible approach for each year. And then he has to deal with me and everybody else to make sure it all happens. And these guys have been up late nights, Andrew Nez and Rob, to make sure all the material is published and wrangling everybody. It has been extraordinary effort. But this is not the end, it's a beginning, because the material stays up there till next year. I can't even contemplate next year right now. But it does, and it's all here. The forum's still here, the lessons, the training's still here, the iTunes feeds are still here. We've got a fantastic, and thank you, Colette Wilson, a new autoresponder series which will be launching, and I'm crossing fingers. I hope veterans don't receive it. I think we've got that nailed. But people who sign up, who are new to the 30-day challenge, will get a guided, hand-holded email each day during the challenge to let them know what to do, which is fantastic. So I'm very excited about that as well. We've got some other cool things coming this year as well, which I'm very excited about. We've got a newsletter, which is going to be produced each month for 30-day challenges, completely for free, but to bring you up to speed with what's been going on. If something stops working, if there's something that's new, that's cool, that starts working, you guys will get that. It'll be an online newsletter which you can download and print out. In fact, we might even have a printout version if you like, which you can get organised these days, self-publishing, totally rules. But that'll be something that's coming in this year's challenges as well. So that pretty much wraps us up for this year's 30-day challenge. There is one more day to go in most places in the world, and we'll be publishing that content tonight, and you want to make sure that you see it through to the end. We'll have a quick break, and then we'll come back for question and answers. We'll do our final question and answers for this year's challenge. But we'll do a TV show from time to time during the year. We're not going to go away. Of course, we've got to go to our day jobs and earn some money in all of this stuff. So we'll obviously be going back and doing all of that. But again, to you, if there's a final thank you, it's to the over 76,000 of you who attempted this year's challenge. Because it's not about the result, it's about the process. That great philosopher, Miley Cyrus, tells us that it's about the climb, it's about the journey, it's not what's on the other side. And once you realize that, then all of a sudden, that's where the rewards come. That is where you'll start to see real benefit. Because if you realize and learn to love the process of doing something, and this has taken me years to get and understand, anybody who does well in anything is not obsessed about the end result or how much money they'll make. They're obsessed about getting up each day and spending time doing the process. And I don't care whether you're a singer, a karate expert, an Olympic athlete, a photographer, a writer, a product creator, a business person. The people who are successful are the ones that understand that the goal, the end game, the objective, they can't control. What they can control, what you can control, is that process and spending time each day moving forward. And that is the real trick. And if there's a secret, that is the secret. So, well done, you all. It has been an extraordinary, extraordinary effort. Stick around, we'll play the song and show the credits. We'll have a quick break. I'll find out who was calling me. And we will come back and we will hit questions and answers. So let's set this up. Do this, and then we 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 do this.
Yo, 2K9 TDC, everybody online, yeah, you and me.
Farewell, everybody.
Love? Can you feel it online? August rolls around, baby, time to shine. Big Bad Ed, yeah, he the man. The I Am King with a trusted plan. You got Rain Man 2 with his G and bling bling. And a gorgeous Carol, always doing a thing.
Looking for a better way to use my time. Searching for a better time to live my life.